or take away your truth.
You appall me, Piers. Occasionally I think, no, he's found the light, he's seen the light, he's no longer crashing on about Harry. And then this appalling diatribe we've just had to sit through. You claiming, you lying there, suggesting that you're putting their names out effectively to save the monarchy. You put their names out for clicks. You're no better than Omid Scobie. In fact, you're worse. You call him a little spittle. You're a...
All right, that's Tessa Dunlop. She was on Piers Morgan's show. And apparently she's so angry at Piers Morgan for allegedly outing the Fable story about the royal races, which, you know, it's bullcrap, but whatever. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, lady, I don't know if you're living under a rock, but there's a thing called social media. And the media was the ones who reported that in the Netherlands, in the Dutch translation, that the manuscript had translated with the names on there, which, by the way, Omid Scobie is being smart with his PR machine and be like, oh no, I never put the names in the manuscript. And then, like, you have Meghan Markle's camp is like, oh no, Meghan never said a word. Dude, that's like a PR 101. You know how it works, right? A celebrity will tell a middle person, whether someone in the PR camp or a friend, but a PR person, meaning that something like this happens, they don't take the blame. The friend takes the blame. So just FYI, we know that these private letters would never came out from William or Harry's mates. They would never come out really with friends of Meghan or even Harry. So you know it came from more likely Meghan herself, but I digress on that. I don't care. Well, we do care, but all right. So the point is, this woman goes cray-cray with Piers Morgan over something that was already out in the World Wide Web, like as soon as the articles came out in the news. I mean, people are curious, right? You're like, well, who are they saying? What was in the book? Why did Omid Scobie even, put this in there? Obviously, you know it's not true. The royal family are furthest from the truth from being racist. If you have not listened to my other videos, my name is Rachel. My brand name is Salty Vixen. The name was created 18 June 2004 when I was a non-playing member at a polo club. William and Harry and Charles and etc. played at this particular club where I was a non-playing member. Yes, I did know William and Harry back in 2004. And from 2013 to 16, I was a patron for Santa Ballet. So I did know Harry personally, and I knew William, and I knew the inner circle very personally for a few years. Of course, time moves on, you move away. I haven't talked to really any of them in years. So these are from my personal opinion and my personal experiences. So if you want to know anything about Charles, first of all, he is not racist whatsoever. And Meghan really needs to chill out. Yes, I know the word was to Oprah that she stated that someone claimed in the household that they asked what the color of the baby is going to be. I mean, I don't know how that is a racist thing. Look, I am mixed race myself. You probably wouldn't see that because I look Caucasian. But I am a Native American, Ashkenazi, Caucasian mix. Mostly Native American from my Appalachian side. And not as much Caucasian. I even took the DNA test for the fun of it one time. And the funny part is it's shown most of it was Ashkenazi, the small percentage. Not a lot of British, which I thought would be a lot higher. And the Native American genes, unfortunately, even though the tribe is Tuscarora tribe, and several tribes that no longer exist today, but we have the footprints, meaning the paperwork and paper trail, plus my family stayed in the vicinity for years and years and years. So that also told me much. And so I'm Tuscaroran, East Cherokee, and a few other tribes that no longer exist. Yes, East Cherokee does exist. I'm talking about the pure East Cherokee tribes, because that one small family stayed on the family land that my fourth great grandfather purchased in Kentucky. So anyway, that's the story on that. And that small tribe married within the family, which is common in the Appalachian culture. So in DNA, by the way, those who claim they have Native American, that does not show up. It's because there's no pure sample of a lot of these tribes, unfortunately. And most of these tribes are not federally recognized. So thankfully that we have all the documentation. All right, so that's another story for another time. So yes, when I had kids, I wondered, well, what color would my kids' skin be? Because that's a good question. And of course, thankfully, my kids did take more of the Native American side, which was a beautiful olive color. And my daughter has more of the Ashkenazi features, which is awesome. So, it's nothing wrong asking these questions. So, all right, so what do you want to know about Charles? Well, I mean, I can reveal this part, and it's public knowledge, so I guess I can say this. Charles was supported so many charities over the years. He was friends with people of different races and ethnicities and religions. I don't understand why Meghan would even fathom to say this. It's totally wrong and disgusting. In fact, he he used to play polo for my friend's father's polo charity cup, the Chavaraki. And sorry, I didn't mean it. But, and he was Indian. And in fact, Charles would send letters. They would write back and forth, from my understanding. I have a letter from Charles. I was a nobody, and I got a letter from him. When I met him through my friend's polo charity cup, we chatted for like 5 minutes, and I didn't even pay for the VIP ticket. Charles literally said, "You all came here. I need to get to know who you are because you paid money to watch it play, and you paid money for the charity. So what's wrong with that?" And so he would go meet, and I have some lovely photos in my bookcase of me talking with Charles and shaking his hand twice, actually, 2 different years. And as far as William goes, he's one of the kindest people you ever meet. He actually told a polo player to be kind to me and stop being so rude. And I talked in my previous video, a small smidgen of what happened, what the polo player had done. It was pretty awful what he had said. But long story short, if you don't give in to sex, you get frozen out by 2 people in the group. That's all I'm going to say in that. And it was unfortunate because the rest of them didn't even know this was going on, nor did William and Harry or other inner circle people. And a lot of women, we don't speak up about it because it's just sort of, we moved on from it. But it was awful at the time. And but I always have, I care about all of them. They're such lovely people. Anyway, William had said to me that night when he told that polo player to apologize for being so rude to me. I never forget Will's words. And he said to me, I was sitting with him, and we were drinking vodka together. I mean, true story on that. So he had said to me, he says, "I heard all about you, but I don't know who you are. What brought you to this polo club?" And so I explained to him. I told him I had an internship in London at the Parliament, and he actually told me that politics is not in my future. He actually said more creative. So thank you, William, for that. I never thought I would be a creative contenter, making digital videos and have a digital magazine, saltyvixenstories.com. But he already figured that part out. Smart man. And this is years ago. But the thing is, he tried to get to know who I was instead of being treated like a piece of meat, unlike to the people in the group. And so I'm forever thankful of that, and I hold him in high regards. So this whole thing that's going on in the media, what Omar Scobie did was absolutely disgusting. Whether he wrote that, which we know he planted it, allegedly, let's be honest, it's still been wrong, especially all the crap Meghan has done and said things, like with the Netflix movie, which was, I think, not a smart move. The royal family is very private. They don't need to have, we're all private. Yes, they're public figures. They're public for public events. But come on, you don't need to know when they're sneezing or wiping their derrieres. We don't care about that. We care about, are they working hard? And they are. And they do work really hard. You have no idea. You think going to these events, go, oh, hello, and royalty is a very easy thing. I mean, I'm not, but no, there are actually a lot of work behind that. They pick the charities. They work on, what can we do for the fundings, what speeches. I mean, writing the speech is not easy at all. They write their own speeches. Harry had help, but yes, I know for a fact Charles and William do write their own speech, and Kate does as well. And yes, I have met Kate Middleton, very lovely woman. I met her at 2004 when William and Kate were dating, and I've only met her a handful of times. I haven't seen her since 2016. So I pulled away from all the charities in 2016, but the reason why I pulled out, because I ran into the guy who sexually assaulted me, and I freaked out, and I just walked away. And so as I said in my previous video, Salty Vixen comes from that summer, and from polo. So when I get in the Salty Vixen mode, and then I kind of get in the mode, that's my polo me, I'm all about polo, and I love it, so lovely. When I write my stories, I do bedtime stories of Salty Vixen, that's 18 older. These are stories that come to mind, but I get in my Salty Vixen mode, my polo era mode, because that was, they gave me confidence, honestly. It was a lovely summer. So with that said, anyways, I decided on that. I just can't believe this is still going on, and honestly, that book should be condemned. But you know what? You can publish anything nowadays. All right. Have a lovely day, my lovelies. Goodbye.